You brought up two ball handlers like Luca and AR playing together, and you brought up Tyrese Halliburton and Nemhard. I want to talk about Dylan Harper, who we haven't talked about on the pod because we talked about VJ Edgecombe and Cooper and all this
Yeah,
other stuff. Dylan Harper looks really good off the bench.
he does.
Really just in the paint getting buckets, right? Like I think last game he didn't even shoot a three.
No.
And everyone's talking about when De'Aaron Fox comes and you have Steph Castle and all these guys, and they just signed De'Aaron Fox to that extension, how these guys are going to be able to share the ball. And right now, for me, Dylan Harper kind of looks like James Harden off the bench for the Thunder those years, right? He's coming in, he's creating, he's making plays, and eventually he's just going to be too good not to start.
Yeah, I think the Spurs right now are in a situation where they're like, hey, listen, this is a problem, but it's not right now. This
Right.
problem's 2 years down the road. And we'll address it then, just like the Thunder did with James, and you hope you make the right decision. That's where the Spurs are at. Right now, Dylan Harper's a rookie. Okay, so they're talking about winning. They're talking about they're for real. You saw Kelvin Johnson's comments after the game, like, "Yo, we're for real, man. Like, this isn't just some gimmick. We're three in a row for real. We're going to play hard every night. We're going to compete every night. This team is not some slouch. We're coming to go." I told, man, we talked about this. The Spurs are ready to. This ain't the last year. They're
No.
coming. A slot is being taken out of the playoffs, and the Spurs will be in there. Someone's not making it. The Western Conference is a gauntlet, and the Spurs are a part of it now. 100%. They're well coached. They play hard. They listen. That whole thing is there. Not to mention they have the most talented basketball player in the history of the game on their team. So with all these things, this recipe, these are good issues to have. These are good problems to have. All right. People be like, well, you're contradicting yourself because you just said the Lakers have too many ball handlers. So now the Spurs, it's okay. Yeah, one's a rookie and still finding himself. If anything, you play him with De'Aaron and you have him back up De'Aaron. He's going to learn a lot playing with him, playing alongside him, playing behind him. De'Aaron's also older. He's going to have injuries just like he is right now. There's going to be times where Harper starts, plays a lot, plays a little. It's all part of the experience. At least he's going to be in the rotation playing a lot of minutes. In a year or two, when Harper starts getting to that point, and they're like, Harper, sits down with the front office like, yo, I'm ready. I want to start, man. I want to be the point guard here. That's when you address that issue. Right now, as a rookie, it's not an issue. If anything, they have all the firepower they need. I understand what you're saying. This is a concern amongst Spurs fans. Vessel's averaging 20. Stephen Castle's averaging 20. The Harper's averaging like 15. Wemby's averaging 40, 10, 12, 13, and 9. These guys are all putting up numbers. They're like, well, what's going to happen when De'Aaron comes back? He's going to be another 20 point. That's the how it works. Somebody's going to have to come back down, but it's okay. It's okay. They're
Yeah,
young.
one minute you're not making the play, and now you're too talented. Like, come
Yeah,
on, like just live in
that's
the, just
my
be
point.
happy with what's going on.
Exactly. That's
It's
my
all
point. Like,
because of
hold on.
Wemby being this good, though. That's what it
That's
is.
why though.
Him
It's
being this good,
opening
now
up.
everyone's like, let's. How do we win a championship sooner than later?
And a lot of players are like, I don't mind going to San Antonio. I'll go
Right.
compete with this. I'll go play with this young dude in tax free state and live in. Bro, listen,
De'Aaron Fox just forced his way there. That's what he did. De'Aaron Fox was the
no, he
first to
did.
do it. He was like,
It,
I want to be traded and I want to be to San Antonio. Everyone's like, this is early. It's already happening, though.
it is. It's already happening. And to your point, like you said, they went from not making the playoffs to now. Oh, now you're too much talent. That's the difference. Lakers is always trying to win. They went and bought their roster. They got all these guys put there, traded. This Spurs team has been homegrown, with the exception of grabbing a De'Aaron Fox in a couple places, people like Harrison Barnes, whatever. It's been homegrown. Why don't we just deal with the talent first? It's like the Thunder. Everyone's like, see how Wiggins is playing? Wiggins is hooping, by the way. They're like, it's so is Casey Wallace. How are we going to afford? Sam Price is like, we're not worried about that right now. We'll figure that out this summer. All I know is right now we're trying to run it back and trying to win again. These guys are here. We have them under contract. When it comes down to renegotiate or redo this, we're going to have to figure out players to let go or not. I don't know if they can re-sign Caruso again. I think Caruso's time, because he's getting older, they'll probably push Caruso out, and then Casey Wallace goes right into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what you figure out. Right now, it's not that issue. The Spurs right now don't have to figure out anything with De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper. He's a rookie. So we're just going to keep playing him a lot of minutes, and when Fox gets back, he'll back him up. If De'Aaron Fox is killing one game, or if Harper's killing one game and Fox is struggling, then Harper's going to finish the goddamn game. You know why it's not a problem? You know the main difference? Neither of them were the best player in the team. So it's not an issue. Luca and Reeves and LeBron, that's the team. Harper and Fox are very key players. We know who the guy is. So who finishes the game? There's no ego in that, because the guy, that's the only guy who gets to have it on the Spurs, the alien. Everyone else, you fit in. So it's like right now, it's not an issue.
Yeah, and there will be a market. If let's say De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper are down the road, they have to get off De'Aaron Fox. There's always
Bro,
going to be a
you
market
can
for a guy
you can
that
get off
talented. There's a market. Last year, the Lakers thought about trading for Zach LaVine. Like, you know what I mean? There's always a
bro.
market
You
for
can
a
get
really
off
good
of
player.
either of those guys. You can get off
Yeah,
Harper, his talents through the roof, which they're not going to. But you can get off him. You
right.
can get off Fox. You can get off any of these guys. Not to mention, one's a rookie. He's on a rookie deal. He's done up for a contract extension for a few years. These aren't issues they have to worry about. The Reeves and Luka and these guys who signed these 1+2 years, these are the guys that you have to like stress about, like working and fitting. But this dude just got in the NBA. I don't have to worry about whether I'm picking Harper over Fox yet. That conversation isn't happening yet. So it's like they get to just enjoy this, and
Yeah.
neither of them are the guy. So it's not a problem. Yeah, Spurs are in
Yeah.
a much
So
better situation.
last pod, we talked a little bit about Wembanyama's first game against the Mavs. Since then, he just keeps doing it. Do you want to give another couple minutes to dedicating
Who?
to Wembanyama?
Oh yeah, I mean
We
we just
talked about
talked
him
about
after the first game. Now he just
I'll keep
keeps
it.
doing it.
I'll keep it brief. I mean he's just very talented, and he's just continued to show um, uh, his growth, his overall approach to the game. I like the edge he's playing with right now. He's playing with this. Let me be careful with my words. He's playing with like this street, like this edge to him. And I love it. There was a point last year where I watched him, as talented as he is. I would watch games where I'm like, remember, I'd be like, man, he shoots so many threes, just seems soft, seems a little push, gets pushed around. Right now, he's trying to push people around. Even though he's still light, he still probably has another 10, 15 pounds to go. And for people who don't know that or believe that, just go look at footage of like Giannis from year 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. It was year 3 to 4 where that jump happened. It's when he won most improved.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're entering year 3 um, for Wemby, and I think this year, next year, or that year he jumps into being top 5 guy in the NBA to a point where at one point he's going to end up being the number 1 guy. I think we all see that coming. Him playing Anthony Davis was 100% purposeful in showing the world, like, yo, I'm. He made him look like a child that game. And I know it's early in the season. The 80s also played a shit ton of years and has a lot of miles. A little bit heavier right now than he usually is. There's a lot there, but regardless, that's still Anthony Davis. And Wemby dominated to the point where it was like, and he's followed it up with another dominating game and another dominating game. And now he's not even, hey, I don't have to have 40. I'll have 29, 13, 10, and 8. He dominates in every way. He fills the stat sheet up, man. So that's what's been most impressive: his approach, his edge, his improvement, his strength, and it looks like mentally, him and his team, just from the interviews, the post-conference games, they're like, yo, we're ready to play now. This whole thing, we're going to run the league. No, we're doing it right now. Yo, y'all got us, man. They're almost pissed off. Y'all talking about us long term. What about right now term? You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. So I like where the Spurs are at. Very impressed with him, Wemby specific, and their whole team for that matter.